little mini podcast with me, Elita, and Lady Napsalotl, and this snuggly little thing here that I just found recently. It's nice and soft and cuddly. Another little dragon adopted into the horde. Right, so. Love you all? Let's see. Are we broadcasting okay? Let's just make sure. Yep, now live on my channel. Good. There we go. Perfect. So. If I go to my inventory, this is the ether wall array. It makes a little noise each time each of them fills, and it makes an extra noise when the last one fills. So yeah, all 4 of those are filled now. So they've each got like little symbols that are on them, and they're glowing and spinning. There we go. You can see the symbols properly on them now. So yeah, that's filled up nicely. If the archive's right, battling's the quickest way to get them ether wells filled. A right hardship to be sure. But I'll wager felling scores of fall beasties all in days work for you. Yeah, I've done that. On average, it'll probably take you about 2 weeks to fill it if you're just doing the dailies. If you do some extras like I did, about a week and a half. Or you can, if you're crazy enough, you can probably do it in a couple of days. If you just completely spam them. 4 ether wells, positively brimming with energy. I knew you'd have no trouble getting them filled. Hold on, that pained expression tells a different story. Well, you ought to be thankful. If it weren't for your old pal Geralt and his special solution, you'd still be out there felling fiends by the dozen. Besides, you won't need to go through that rigmarole again. I can enhance no end of weapons with this ether you gathered. Anyway, that's enough jabbering. Hand the contraption over and I'll get the ether well set up. A circular board inlaid with 4 vessels capable of absorbing etheric energy. Seven hells! All that highly concentrated ether is flowing right into me forge. The sheer unbridled power is singing out to me. You did a damn fine job with those ether wells, lass. Right, time to channel this raw energy with me trademark flair. The ancient art of etheric bleed and infusion, and it's mine to wield! With some new materials to work with, I'll soon be taking phantom weapons to unseen heights of martial power. Smith acclimatized. I've enhanced plenty of weapons over the years, but never a person, let alone my own corporeal form. I'm ready for another feat of nigh impossible genius. Please note that upon completing the quest wrought by the hands Phantasmal, you will receive a Phantom weapon for a white mage. Wrought by hands Phantasmal, Littercell is keen to proceed with the weapon enhancement endeavour. Our wayward weapons must practically oozing with ether, which means we can finally start the enhancement. Let's hope all that energy elevates his armouring skills and not his rum-guzzling gullet. Appreciate your help at any rate. Oh, it looks like the surveyors have dug up a decent waxen arcanite. That ore I mentioned. 3 chunks ought to be enough for each enhancement. No doubt Ermina will gladly charge you an arm and a leg for them. Be sure to bring the lot to Dodukili when you're ready. Once you've sourced 3 chunks of waxen arcanite, give him to Dudukili so he can start his preparations. Geralt might be brimming with enthusiasm and ether besides, but I reckon he'll still balk at handling the grunt work. The bleeding ore is barely out of the ground before that tight-fisted harpy swoops in, claws glinting. Don't worry though, lass, she's got no claim to your phantom weapon. Well met, adventurer. I trust you've acquired the necessary waxen arcanite. After handing over the requisite waxen arcanite, your phantom weapon will be enhanced via Geralt's newly acquired technique. However, please note that any affixed materia will be lost in the process. That's fine, I don't have any materia affixed to it. An even stranger aura warped by the abundant ether permeating the occult crescent. An intriguing material, to be sure. I'll commence the preparations right away. I can't be the only one eager to see Geralt at work in his ether-imbued state. All this power coursing through me veins, I've never felt more capable. A multi-aspected phantasm of highly concentrated ether in perfect harmony with the very essence of the weapon. Behold the true potential of the etheric bleeding infusion, the Phantom Crook Umbre. I tell you, the power output of these ether wells is nigh on frightening. I can still feel that energy swirling inside me. Oh, it would appear you're in endeavours were successful. As ever, there is much to be learned from the past. Speaking of learning, perhaps you wish to hear of the precise mechanics involved in etheric infusion. Ambient ether subjected to high temperatures is stirred by wind, and in this reactive state enters the body. Thus bound, the etheric infusion rapidly cools under the influence of water, and escapes the corporeal form. From here it seeps into the earth where it is purified. And so the cycle repeats, perfectly harmonizing the artisan's internal ether. Like an etheric version of piping hot steam bath. I have to admit, this learning obscure techniques lark is pretty goddamn rewarding. Hells, I don't even care about me crippling debt to that harridan anymore. Forget the gill. From now on, I'm solely in the business of refining me craft and expanding me repertoire. Say, you never did tell us what that vague notions of yours was? Enough of your wheedling. The plan went off without a bleeding hitch, didn't it? That reminds me. I have a question for you, my friend. It concerns the knife I found in my sarcophagus. Are you quite sure it isn't a weapon? Well, anything brandished in a warlike manner has potential. Oh, then we are in agreement. In actual fact, Nim was home to a proud lineage of warrior culinarians who employed an array of stabbing techniques using naught but their kitchen implements. With such irrefutable proof my knife is indeed a weapon, there ought to be no issue with honing it to deadly perfection. If there's even a word of truth in that, I pity the poor common folk of ancient Nim. I'm not sure what to make of this revelation. Something tells me the notion would gain little traction among historians. Your poxy little knives for slicing potatoes and dicing carrots. You're not getting it enhanced. End of story. Slicing and dicing, huh? That gives me an idea. I'm sick to death of the bland salt of the expedition's been serving up. It's time we made the most of the ocean's bounty. And for that we need a master-crafted knife capable of filleting even the biggest bleeding sea creatures. A spot of fishing would certainly make up for the otherwise scant entertainment on the isle. That settles it. While you prepare my blade, I shall be down by the shore, rod in hand. I can hardly wait to see what gargantuan specimens I reel in. In that case, I'll hone your knife while I hunt through that tablet for my next artisanal acquisition. Enhanced Phantom Weapon for other robes can now be obtained after exchanging the requisite waxen arcanite with Dodokuli in the Phantom Village. Phantom Weapon replicas can now be purchased from the Expedition Metallurgist. Yay! Achievement! Heh, even the rum tastes better after a hard day's graft. The archive and that bloody knife, let's hope it's just a passing fancy and not the start of a lifelong obsession. Anyway, there's plenty left to discover on that stone tablet of his. Well, I'm sure Geralt will soon find an inn or two for his next smithing endeavour. Right, let's have a wee look at these. That's a Paladin sword. That has a shield books. The warrior axe. The Dark Knight blade. You see the runes glowing along the blade, and the tips got a sort of purpley glow to it. The gunbreaker weapon. That looks pretty neat. Dragoon weapon. The Reaper scythe. Ooh. I like the monk weapon. That's kind of neat. I like that. Samurai blade. Oh, that is satisfying to look at. And that's the hilt. That is the ninja weapons. Ah, nice. That's more like it. And that's the barbed bow. And the machinist gun's okay. Ooh, they're pretty. Nice, very nice. Is that a D20 that's stuck in there? The Black Mage gets a D20 in their stuff. Summoner book. So we got sort of glow coming off from that side. Little bat flying on top of it. Red mage weapon. kind of pretty. Ooh. Pictomancer weapon. I got the etheric effect on that and there. And of course there's the white mage one that I got. I really like that. This is the scholar. Ah. It's kind of like a trigonometry design. Or some sort of like mathematical thing anyway. And that's what the airport looks like on the inside. Ah, now that looks cool. Oh, I like the way the thing in the middle like rotates. That's the sheath for the cards. Sage weapon. They're like missiles. So floating missiles. Of course. That's what they look like when you're on your back. And they don't glow when you're on your back, so... There we go. So that is all the weapons. Let's see. I need to find my weapon. There it is. It was die 2 I used for that, I think. No, it might be in Taiwan. Ah yeah, Taiwan was the... What did I have die 2 as? Looks like I had Calibri Pink. That looks the same as what I got there. Was it Calibri Pink or was it that pink? Yeah, it must have been Calibri pink. Yep. There we go. So now we have my weapon in all its glowy goodness. I like that, it's really pretty. And this guy can give me the old ones. So anything that I've bought, I can check with him and I'll know. No, Tom Bray's not fishing. I thought he was supposed to be fishing. There he is. What is he doing over there? Except for the second fork tower, I haven't the faintest clue what lies on the North Horn. A state of ignorance no doubt caused by that vexatious seal. For the time being, we shall have to wait for Catamaran and his crew to make headway. We're looking for a route to the North of the Isle, but with an expedition force this large, the logistics aren't always straightforward. At any rate, I'll get word to you once we've got a... Anyway, that is the mini broadcast done. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed seeing all the different weapons that you can get from this stage and the nice glowy effects that you can get. Anyway, love you all. Bye for now.